Hello class, I'm Isaac, and we're back here with our team RISKK, in which we're going to be talking about some architecture modeling for our project. So ideally, there's a structured 4+1 view in which it'll help us get a better understanding, grasping the whole model of our system. There's a logical process of development and a physical view, but ideally we'll just be speaking about our physical view. Now, what does the physical view target? Ideally, it'll target just a general audience, really for the system engineers for deployment. So physically, we'll have the functionality. You'll have the tablet, then we'll have the user interface, and between our user interface and our database, we'll have a repository. So our database will store local information on here, and if we don't need information locally and to pull it from iCollege, then we'll have an HTTPS secured communication pathway to iCollege to get that information. Just really the physical view allows you to focus on some non-functional requirements such as reliability, security, along with performance, and that's about it.
Hello everyone, my name is Chloe Garrett, and I worked on our two sequence diagrams for the two use cases that we worked on this project. So we have load roster and generate warnings. So for load roster, the instructor will load the roster, and then we'll send those tokens to iCollege. And then if those tokens are okay, then it'll send back the roster and show it to the instructor. And then if there's an error, it'll show that to the instructor. And then for our generate warnings, after the student has signed in, then they can generate warnings to see if you need a warning for your class. So then we'll get the data from the database, and then that'll be brought back to the UI, and then it'll generate the actual warnings and show it to the student.
Hey, I'm Roger. I'll be talking about our front end. So, when the professor logs into the app, they'll be presented with a list of courses. From the list, you can select a course and start an attendance session. Once the attendance session has started, the students can tap on their name and sign their signature to indicate their attendance at that session. Once a student has signed in, there'll be a visible indicator notifying them that they have already signed in.
Hey, I'm Seth. I worked on the back end this week, migrating it from Google Cloud Firebase to Android's Room, and that's primarily what I did.
Hey, my name's Kevin, and I basically did testing for the front and back end. So I did test cases for the previous two use cases that we did in assignment 3, which is the professor login and the attendance process, mainly like student sign-in. As you can tell from Roger's demonstration of the app, the login seems to be working fine, and so does the sign-in.
So the major thing I learned from this assignment is how to learn a new technology, specifically about reaching out and finding how to do things with that new technology, and how I'm going to carry that, especially into my future job, is being open to it and excited about learning new things.
For me, really understanding the structuring of a 4+1 view gives me more insight how to look at the product you're trying to make from all views of aspect, and I could probably carry that on with future jobs, future stuff.
So, while executing my tasks for this assignment, I learned how to work collaboratively with my team members, and I think that's a good thing to have, especially working as a software engineer in the future. We work in teams, so that's a good skill to have.
So basically what I've learned is that when I did unit testing, I had to do it in Android Studio. So I mainly had to look at Roger's and Seth's code. And I feel like, since I feel like I'm not very confident in my programming skills, I feel like I can learn from them. And the next assignment in future is going to be a lot of testing. It's just going to be all that over and over. Analyzing how they program, seeing what's wrong. Like if there is something wrong, then they're doing something wrong with the requirements. You have to talk to them about it. feel like there's gonna be a lot of back-to-back between the guy who's testing and the guy who's actually developing.